Hello everyone and welcome to this in-depth OBS/streaming tutorial where I'm going to talk about not only OBS but why you should have the certain settings with internet issues or even just lower end hardware. But I'm going to tell you why you should do things and why you shouldn't do things. So let's get right into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over into settings, bottom right corner. You're going to open that up. You're going to make sure that your stream is set up. So right now I'm using Stream Elements plugin called OBS.live. So all you'll need to do is come over to streamelements.com, then log in, and you'll be able to download the OBS.live plugin through your dashboard area. After you're all set with that, you can either do a custom service right here or Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, they have everything. And what they do in OBS.live is they use an API plugin to where whatever internet browser you're using, if you're signed in, you're going to immediately be able to connect that to your OBS through the API plugin. And that means all you have to do is authorize that, yes, this is me. Hi, I'm signing in through this application and this software. So once you got that all set, then usually what you're going to do for the server, you're not going to have a custom thing like this. This is for work. What you're going to do is just use auto server, because auto server is like literally the best thing you could do, because you're not going to know what the best server is for you personally unless you're literally sitting on top of a server that you know of. But let's get down into that. After you apply, we're going to get into output. Now in output, you're going to have what is called a simple and advanced option for output mode. You're going to want to make sure that is clicked advanced. Advanced is where there's a little bit more to tend for the streamer or the operator in the software. But you as a person, usually we're talking about streamers, so we're not going to get into recording today. But being a streamer, you want to have the best high quality content out there. I mean, you're competing with millions of people, right? So we're going to go over this. So the encoder. So nowadays, you're going to have a new encoder setting, which is NVIDIA NVENC H.264 new. And usually, what that will tell you, NVENC is your graphics card. And we utilize the graphics cards nowadays because, one, they're just able to handle a lot more than your processor. And your processor feeds off of RAM if it's AMD, or if it's Intel, it's just, a mega threader, just like AMD. So it's just going to utilize more of the CPU, and sometimes you could run into crashes more often than you think. So as we have NVENC set for your high quality settings, we're going to go down to underneath the rescale. We do not want to select this at all. We're not going to do that. But rate control, CBR, that is going to be your rate control. CBR stands for constant bit rate, and it's just going to consistently continue to output the amount of upload you need consistently to make sure your stream is running smoothly and consistently. But we're going to talk about bitrate. So no matter what you're doing in the streaming world, usually with 1920 by 1080 resolution, you're going to want to have, depending on your internet, between 6,000 bitrate and 10,000 bitrate. And depending on what streaming service allows you, it could differ. So you got to mess around with that. But for 1920 by 1080 resolution, you're going to want to run between those bit rates. And it's up to you to troubleshoot and figure out what's going to be best for your internet, because you may not have the best internet, or you have too many people watching Netflix. So there's that. So between 6,000 and 10,000 bit rate will be your best solution for 1920 by 1080. So there you go. Keyframe interval seconds, 0 equals auto. So you just want to do 2. Like, regardless, 2, don't talk about it. Don't say nothing else. It's just 2. All right? Done deal. Everything's universal for 2. Don't touch it. Don't even, you can look that up yourself, okay? I don't even want to explain it. 2. Got it? 2. Now, for preset, this is going to help with quality control. You're going to want to make that max quality. If you're seeing any drop frames, you can easily drop max quality to just quality. And if you see, worse off and drop frames and your computer is not able to handle it, or you're having a bad connection to the server itself for the stream, you'll just drop it to performance. But either way, that is what you're going to look for. Now, the look ahead, this is a new option, fairly new, like this past 2 years, they started working with this. And the description says, enables dynamic B-frames. Now, if disabled, the encoder will always use the number of B-frames specified in the max B-frame setting. If enabled, it will increase visual quality by only using however many B-frames are necessary up to the maximum at the cost of increased GPU utilization. I do not want you to be like, oh, max quality, click. No, do not do that. Please. If you don't have the best graphics card out on the market, you do not need to utilize this at all. The bitrate that you are pumping through will handle the quality control. Trust me. If you're a gamer, you do not want to have this enabled because it's just going to destroy your frames in games and etc. Unless you have a high-end card. Like right now, I'm running a 1080 Ti in this build. I would be able to do it. Do I want to do it? No, because I'm running enough bit rate to show through, and I don't have to utilize this this setting. So we're gonna go to Psycho Visual Tuning. Enables encoder settings that optimizes the use of bitrate for increased perceived visual quality, especially in situations with high motion. Now, what this does at the cost of increased GPU utilization, imagine if you had this and this turned on at the same time. This is going to just melt your GPU. Not really, but your game's performance will suffer highly, especially if you don't have a top-end market graphics card. So having this one, like the Psycho Visual Tuning, is fine. Do not have both of them at the same time. Please don't. And for GPU, this literally states what GPU is being used. Usually, if you are not a crazy nerd, you're going to have one GPU in your PC, especially if you're running a single PC. Now, 0 stands for the one slot that is nearest to your CPU. If you were to click 1, that would mean the secondary PCI slot that is in your computer, which is the slot that takes up a graphics card, and it is through your motherboard. The more you know. Max B-frames, just leave it at 2. All right, I'm gonna let you know that right now. Leave it at 2. Look it up yourself. We just talked about B-frames. I could get in depth in another video, but I'm just showing you high quality H2O. All right, now for audio, you're gonna want to have 48 kilohertz. All right, you're just gonna do it. Sample rate 48. Boom, done. Channels, stereo, boom, done. Easy peasy. I'm not gonna get fully into audio, but make sure that your mic and your desktop audio is what you're using. So your headset, desktop audio, mic, your mic. Simple enough, right? Cool, lit. Apply that, boom, go to video. Now for your base canvas resolution, this is the base canvas that is going to be captured within OBS. So if you have a 1920 by 1080 resolution going on with your monitor, you're going to want to have this set. Whatever your monitor's base set is, that is what you will want. Whatever capture you're going for your gaming monitor, please have it the same. So 1920 by 1080, if you have a 4K monitor running, run at 4K base resolution. But once you have that set, you're going to want to do an output scaled resolution. This is what will be transcoded and sent out to your stream. So if I was to stream at 1080p on YouTube, I would do 1920 by 1080. If I wanted to run 1440p, then I would run 1440p, whatever, the X for the resolution is. And if I wanted to do 4K, I believe it's like 36 something or rather. But you get what I'm putting out. Whatever you're going to do for your high-end quality content, you're going to want to do this. This is what be sent out to either see 1440p or 4K or just regular 1080p like we have here. And for the downscale filter, Lanco sharpening scaling 36 samples. This is what's going to really clean up all the pixels that are floating around and just really tell everyone to get in line. So make sure you have it on 36 samples. If you see issues with, drop frames and such, you can move this down to the lowest, to the lower option rather than 36. And for common FPS values, that's what you're going to have. Common FPS values, you're going to run 60 FPS. If you're not unable to handle 60 FPS, then all these settings at the very beginning of this video is not for you. You're going to want to upgrade heavily before you can get into that. These are the max quality settings that I have set for myself. In a fine tuning and learning and understanding goes a long way. So if you ever need help with anything other than just what I have issued in this video, you can literally just down in the comments below tag me, ask some questions, and if there's something that I didn't even touch on, I will personally meet with you in my Discord, link in the description. Also, hit the like button if this helped you in any way. And also, please be a beautiful human being and hit that subscribe button. Love goes a long way, chat. And I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Much love and appreciation. I will see you all next time. Later.